say music is the mood of love. Let's see if you're hungry enough. Take a bite, take another, just like a good boy would. Get a sweet thing on the side. Home cooking, homicide. Side order, could be a daughter. And you're looking good. Come on, baby, eat the rich. But the bite of the son of a bitch. Don't mess up, don't you give me no switch.
Everybody's excited for Halloween. You know, it's only a couple of weeks away, and that's when they start publishing the times in your municipality where the trick-or-treating is going to happen, taking the kids out for that. You know, Halloween's on a Monday this year. I'll be down at the Ivy. That's when the Browns are playing Monday Night Football, so I'll be doing a Cox Out pregame on Halloween night. But Cleveland.com was, kind enough to go town by town, and they go, hey, listen, if you live here, this is where and when, the times for your trick-or-treating. It's important to know, because some people go, oh, is the trick-or-treating going to be on the Saturday before? No, it's going to be on Halloween proper, unless you're in a really wealthy neighborhood. And that they don't want the poors coming by trying to get free candy. So the really, really upper crust neighborhoods, they don't even do Halloween. They don't. This village does not observe trick-or-treating, is what it says. So like if you live in Bracknell, if you live in Hunting Valley, you ever heard of Hunting Valley?
Yes, it's like the most not lucrative, the most affluent city in Ohio.
It's like
the country, actually.
It's like the sixth highest income town in the United States. Like Gates Mills is the hood to people in Hunting Valley, right? Well, there's like fewer than 1,000 people there, so it's crazy. Hunting Valley, out in Lake County, is a little town called Waite Hill. Super affluent communities. This village does not recognize trick-or-treating because they don't want the poors stinking the place up coming in to get candy.
The poors with their offspring. Blech.
I mean, frankly, you can go for a walk from Bracknell and you're going to end up in the hood. So I don't know what they're so worried about.
That is true.
But, boy, all these other towns are like, hey, trick-or-treat, come on, have fun. It's going to be 6 to 8 on Halloween. A lot of fun. Hey, you live out in Beechwood? 6 to 8 on Halloween. Hey, you live out in Cleveland Heights? 6 to 8. Hey, you live out in Gates Mills? Even Gates Mills, which is no one's slouch. Gates Mills, Pepper Pike, very hoity and toity. Hunting Valley? Nope. They don't even want you to know they're out there. The village does not observe trick-or-treating, which means somewhere along the line, somebody said, hey, I'm tired of these kids coming from other neighborhoods and coming in here, knocking on our doors.
With their dirty hands.
With their dirty hands, expecting full-size candy bars.
Store-bought costumes, which are embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. So you also have to think, where do the kids who live in those towns go trick-or-treating? I mean, that means that the kids who are in Hunting Valley are going to have to get driven to Orange or Pepper Pike,
Beechwood,
Gates Mills. You think those towns want your white glove kids coming in there and
they probably knock with their pinky. Knock, knock, knock.
giant lion's head door knocker on the door, right? Thunk, thunk. Yeah. Gung, gung.
Or just,
trick or treat.
Or they have one of those electric bowls sitting on the porch that has a camera on it. It's like, please take one.
Yep.
and it's like, I'm watching you.
They
the light
tell
comes
you,
on.
yeah. Hey, I told you to take one.
Dude, I love those like door cams that have the bowl and then they have the camera and the guy's like, all right, guys, I'm watching you. And then kids don't listen. They'll still take one and run.
That's why. What's the point of watching?
You gonna call the police?
Come on, man. Just go inside and when the bowl gets low, fill it up some more.
I like the pretend to be a scarecrow holding the bowl and then scare the crap out of the kids when
It's
they
a live
take more
person.
than one.
Yeah, but I think kids are hip to that. They know now.
I don't know if the new kids know that.
Not always.
The new kids.
The new kids don't know that.
If you have
They're
new
not
kids
used
on
to
the
that.
block,
Yeah.
they're not going to know.
Well, because, I mean, you take someone
Or
like
they're dancing.
Alan's daughter. She's been trick-or-treating, what, 3 or 4 times?
Yeah, a couple times, yep.
Yeah, so she's not hip to all the pranks.
Yeah.
Nope.
Dude,
She'd crap her tiny pants if that happened.
It'd be hilarious.
what the coolest thing that I remember, I don't even think I was it was a long time ago, but I don't even think I was trick or treating. I think I was taking my cousin around, and it was a house that was all decked out and had like all these decorations, and it had one of those scarecrows holding the bowl, and I was like, he's about to get him. He's about, as soon as my nephew or my cousin walks up there, he's about to scare him. Well, the scarecrow was not in the, or the bowl was not like a man hiding in it or anything like that. There was a hood little couch. I was like, oh, this is kind of odd. This is kind of a nice house, and this couch was sitting on the porch. He took the springs out of the couch and he jumped out of the couch and he scared me because I was waiting for the.
He had to lay in a couch the whole time.
He laid like he
under the cushions.
It was probably
cushions,
probably a fold out couch, and he probably took out the bed part of it,
something like that,
so he could just pop out and scare you.
But
That's
I thought
great.
it was so odd because no one was on the porch and they had all these decorations. They went all out, and then they had the scarecrow holding the bowl, and I'm like,
What?
Scarecrow.
Okay,
What'd he say?
it sounded like he said
Scarecrow.
scarecrow.
He had the scarecrow holding the bowl, and I was like, oh, it's about to pop out because that would make sense. They go all out for Halloween. No, it was the frumpy little couch.
I like when the scarecrow is holding the bowl because I just walk right up and I'll tell you what, boy.
Take a rip.
Yup. And then we just have fun and I don't care what happens next. No, I've noticed, at least in our neighborhood, and granted, we're
You're in a fancy neighborhood.
not fancy, but I
Where
mean,
the
it's
millionaires live.
right.
I now understand.
Millionaires and me.
The multimillionaire.
Right. No, like I see if the weather's okay, like people are kind of in their driveway and they got maybe like a fire going or something, and
Beers.
kids walk up and they go, hey, trick or treat. Because a lot of people don't want the kids coming all the way to the door. So they cut them off at the driveway, but they're nice to them, and that way they can, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, I now understand the joy of handing out candy because it is kind of fun when you get a group of your friends and you have like a fire in the driveway. Sometimes you have like a little projector on the garage and you're watching a movie.
I'm surprised it took people so long to develop the just stay on the porch or on the
Me
stoop
too.
before, because for so many years it was knocking on the door and literally waiting for people to go back and forth. I'm like, do like these other people do.
Well, that
and
was
just
when-
stay outside.
Well, that was when Halloween. That was when trick or treating was like all night. Like soon as nightfall hits, you might be getting knocks on the door till like midnight. Now that
It was never all night.
Well,
Yes,
no,
it
but it was
was.
till
It
midnight.
was like
yeah.
6 to 10,
it
though.
was. It
or
was
like,
really. It was.
We'd
really
get
long.
people, and what would suck is
I
like
feel
when
like
you,
it would like every.
when you thought it was all over, and then somebody would show up like 40 minutes later, and there were no like curfews like that when I was
feel
a
like it was
kid.
always 6 to 8.
No,
when I was a
now it's
kid.
like 2 hours, and that's the rules that the town sets. But no, when I was a kid, we knew nightfall. It was on and popping, and we would be out all night.
Yeah, but the sun's barely down at 6 o'clock now, so you're walking around in like the
Really?
last.
Oh, it's dark, especially
at 6.
at 6. It's dark
dark enough.
at October 31st, because I think by then the time's been set, like the time change. And it's
Daylight
dark.
saving time.
Yeah,
that's not
that's-
till November.
Yeah, I think that's, I don't know.
I thought it was like the last
Fall
week of
back.
October.
We used to make fun of kids that would get like driven around town because I was like, "You guys aren't real trick or treaters. You guys sit in your mom's Mercedes."
You're phonies.
Yeah, you get out and go from house to house. I'm like, you just wasting gas for what?
Yeah, but Bill, didn't you have to do that? You grew up out in the sticks.
Well, I would always go to a friend's house
they
to
going
trick or
to a
treat.
town?
I
So
see.
one year, like I had two friends that I kind of bounced between, that lived in neighborhoods where the houses were close enough together and you're getting a good haul. It was fun trick or treating.
Our neighbors next door, they love Halloween, so they deck their whole front yard out, and there's like moving parts and things on what are the zip lines and all kinds of stuff. They set up like an entire 6-foot table with like little goodie bags for kids, and then like the bowl of regular candy, and then they'll have like White Claws and beers and like a big cooler for adults who are trick-or-treating. Like they go all out. They sit at their table the whole night, but they have like, looks like a buffet. like
Yeah.
20 different things to choose from. Crackers, there's a little appetizers. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be the neighborhood bartender though.
Well, they're not pouring you. I think it's like,
No,
hey,
no,
take
I
a
know.
White Claw if
Yeah.
you want,
Yeah.
you know?
I like when my kids were little and I could take them trick or treating, and they loved Halloween, and it was just so much fun seeing how excited they'd get. And then we'd always steal their candy.
Oh yeah.
and like but not like we would take it while they were asleep and be like, "You guys ate it all last night," and they'd be like, "No, we
that's
didn't.
funny.
No, we didn't." And I'm like, "Yeah, you guys ate all your candy."
You don't remember
And
that?
they're like, "What are you talking about? That can't be." Kind of like the Jimmy Kimmel bit, but
Yeah.
we would just say we put it on them, not on us.
Dan's in Hunting Valley right now. He said he's blowing rich people's leaves. Thank God he said leaves.
Mm.
He's
Probably
out
getting
there.
paid better if he was blowing off.
Sure. And I do realize out in those places I named, they're massive houses and they're all 10 minutes apart. So it's not. Yeah, logistically, it's not. It's just the way they want it, though.
I don't even know if Hunting
They
Valley.
don't even give you the option of trick or treat.
Well, that's how the street I was on growing up was. There was like 10 houses on our whole street when I was a kid, and they would do like a Saturday before Halloween or Sunday before Halloween. Kids would walk down the street, and we didn't know that the first year that we lived there. And my dad just gave them all certs because we had a bunch of certs.
With Retson?
Yeah. So yeah, we don't have any candy. Here's some certs.
My boyfriend's
That's good enough, right?
Better than a nickel or a
Right.
holy card. We had an old lady around us
Oh,
who would give us
no.
holy
We had
cards.
popcorn balls. Was our old lady. My boyfriend's ex-wife.
Popcorn balls are not bad though.
No. My boyfriend's ex-wife lives in Avon Lake, and so his daughter has been talking about how they're going to go trick-or-treating at the big houses because their road dead ends into Lake Road. So I'm worried that they won't do it, like those big Lake Road houses.
Yeah, they're
and,
like hospital sized.
right. And I'm like, I wonder how many of those will actually have people. I mean, and their driveways are like half a mile long, you know? It's like you're going to get a lot of walking if you're trying to go to those big houses.
Yeah.
But
We'll sit in the driveway. I don't get up. If I had to go to the door, lights are off, I'm not home.
right.
I'm not doing it. So I'll sit out there. When I'm done, I'm done. And if
Leave
it's,
the bowl?
huh?
Leave the bowl?
I mean, if we're sitting out there, this year I can't because I'm working, but I mean, if we're sitting out there and we got a fire going and the solo stove or whatever and just
Yeah.
having some fun, having some pops, right?
Mhm.
That's fine. Kids coming by, give them some. When that bowl's empty, inside, lights
Bye.
off, bye.
It's over.
I don't care if it's 6:40. Inside. We bought what we bought.
Now, what was the
You didn't get
candy-
here in time. Sorry.
Well-
see you when I see you.
What was the candy you were most excited about?
Snickers
Snickers
and
for me,
Butterfinger when I was a kid.
Snickers and
Nerds.
Reese's, and then
Reese's.
Skittles.
Man, I was a
I'll
weird
just say
little
there is
kid.
no candy about which I am unexcited.
No, I don't like Tootsie Rolls.
I don't like Whoppers. Tootsie Rolls are
I
dynamite.
love
like
Whoppers.
Whoppers suck.
Whoppers were one of ours to this day. One of my favorite chocolates. I
I don't
love
like-
Whoppers.
No, thank you.
I don't like Milky Way. I don't know what was the coconut one.
Oh,
Almond
Almond
Joy.
Joy
Oh,
and
yuck.
Mounds.
Or
Nope.
Mounds.
They would give
Sometimes you
Love
feel
all
like
of
a
those.
nut.
Those are one that I
Sometimes
ate
you
good
feel
too.
like a nut.
I love them Almond Joy or Mounds now, but when I was a kid, I'm with Poundcake. I didn't like the
See,
consistency of it.
I've never liked Reese's. I mean, Snickers is
So good.
fine. I don't prefer it. I would take like a.
Do we have to do
Milky
another
Way.
taste test with you because you can't trust your mouth?
No, Milky Way. I loved Three Musketeers. I loved.
You were proven wrong by your mouth yesterday.
I know
Yeah.
my mouth led me into deceit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know what other one I really liked? I like Sixlets a lot.
Oh God,
Sixlets.
Yeah.
The-
the
They're
tiny
like-
M&M
The
They're
wannabes.
not even M&Ms. They're like
They're
filled with something
gross.
else. I don't even know.
It's
Is
chocolate.
it chocolate?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I think
chocolate. Yeah,
so.
Sixlets are chocolate, but it was
Okay.
not good.
I love them.
They're like
but
Tic Tacs made of chocolate.
There was that stuff that you'd
They're the
only
tiny little
see
balls.
on Halloween, like a Mr. Good bar.
Mhm.
You never saw a full
'cause it
size
comes
in a
Mr. Good bar.
Hershey
Just
mat, yeah.
crackle. Those were
I like those.
Those
I
were
like
okay.
crackle. I like. I mean, the
you get the Nestle Crunch bar, the little one, and you
Yeah.
take it off, and it's like white.
Mhm. Okay, I don't know if I should eat this. I liked.
As you're eating it, you're like,
Yeah, there's
probably
not
shouldn't eat
even
this
it. I
white
feel like
candy. but
chocolate.
yeah.
I like just the generic little like pumpkin chocolates because it's not even good. It's like pure sugar. It's not even doesn't barely
Yeah,
taste
just
like
milk
chocolate.
chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're like scarecrows or pumpkins or
Yeah.
ghosts,
Just the
like
in
just the
foil.
generic foil
Yeah.
wrapped chocolates. I love those.
When we were at Oak Tree, this was years ago, but we were at Oak Tree. That vending machine had 0 bars. In
Oh,
it.
wow.
Remember
My
0
mom-
bars?
My mom loves his
I don't even know
Caramel
what a zero
peanut.
bar is.
Well, it's like
and white chocolate.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. It's not really chocolate, but they call it white fudge. But it's a white candy bar, and it's got like caramel and peanuts and nougat in it.
It's like one of
and
my mom's favorite candy
You'd
bars.
never see them, and we had them in the vending machine at work. I'm like, boy, somebody ran out of stock and just grabbed some 0 bars and threw them in there. So your mom's into Mushroom Head and 0 bars.
Yeah.
Your mom's wild.
You'll never figure
She's
her
an
out.
interesting lady,
She is.
an enigma.
Yeah.
I mean, what is there better to be in life than interesting?
No, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
She'll always keep you guessing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Was she hoarding 0 bars at any point, or she
No,
just eat
she
them?
didn't hoard food.
Oh.
She hoarded papers and memories.
She would eat the candy bar but keep the wrapper.
If it meant something, if it was
Just-
from a significant day.
There
yeah.
you go. Would she write the date on the Hershey bar wrapper? And
If something big
on
happened
this
that
day,
yeah,
what constituted something big?
whatever she needed.
What was
to
worthy of a
remember.
date?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Whatever. And there's no real logic.
Rhyme or reason to it?
Yeah.
But she must have had her own internal logic.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, this is
It
the
was just never imparted to you guys.
right. We'd all be groaning out of the house, and it would be like, this is the sweater you wore on your sister's baptism day, so it doesn't fit anybody. She's like, I'll donate it one day, but it was stuff like that. Or this is the first toy that you opened the Christmas of 1994.
So does
you
that
know?
mean that she also had like not a photographic memory, but she also like was able to attach to all the things she had?
Yes, that's
'Cause some
very
people-
common amongst hoarders.
Is it really? Because I would think so. It's not just throwing crap in a room. It's like, you know why you want that?
You know why you want it. You know where it is.
That's
you know
pretty amazing.
I mean, most hoarders are like that, where
Hmm.
it's like you think it's all just junk, and if you were to go in and grab something and be like, "Why do you need this?" She'd be like, "Oh, that's the plate that your dad used the first time I made him dinner."
They mentally
So,
catalog
Yeah,
it. Well, that
that's what hoarding is. People put emotions and attachments onto things because a lot of them have histories of abandonment, or like in my mom's case, a lot of people died when she was really, really young.
yeah, but to be able to remember why you kept it. Because the farther away you get from it, the more likely it is, I would think you. Because all I've ever seen is that show hoarders, and they show things to people, and they go, "Can we get rid of this?" They're like, "No, I need that," and they go, "Why?" And they go, "I don't know, I just need it." Like just stacks of newspapers and things. Like that's not something that they've attached any emotional value to. They just don't want to throw crap away.
Or
You're
sometimes they
describing.
don't know every single item, but they're like, "Well, I obviously kept it for a reason."
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think
You
that's
know?
a lot of it too.
Wild.
Mhm.
So your mom could, back in the day, go shoulder deep into a pile of something, pull out a plum,
Or she'd make something out.
and go here.
She'd make
Oh,
it up. Like, we
she
don't know
would.
if she's lying or not, but she'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
that's this, and that. Or,
Did she
She-
have a bowl of peach pits and she'd like to suck the fibers out?
Yeah.
oh, what?
Andrew
no.
Glopperman's dad on a Big Mouth.
Ew.
Suck the Fred Armisen.
Yeah.
Suck the peach pits out.
Well, it's
No.
not Fred Armisen. It's guy from Spin City and stuff.
Or Richard Kind.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting to me. I didn't know that. I thought it was just keeping
No.
stuff because you didn't want to get rid of it.
No, it's not like I need all of this trash to make me feel good. It's not what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
That's when it gets like beyond control point. That's when it
It
gets
starts
over the
as
edge. But
sentimentality.
it almost always starts as sentimental or a type of OCD where your things have a specific place and they have to be where they go. And
Well, then, do you think that each one of the storage units that you'll be bequeathed, you and your siblings, will be full of things from when you guys were growing up?
maybe.
It'll be
I'm
like
sure that'll be a
your
part of it.
your tiny little kindergarten prom dress or whatever. You know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where she's like, oh, this is what you wore to your first homecoming dance. And
Hmm.
it'll probably have the, I almost said bayonet. What?
Bayonet. Your mom's
The
keeping a
flower.
bayonet in there?
No,
The
flower.
boutonniere.
Boutonniere.
My mom's got a closet full of bayonets.
Dude, it
I
was
don't
the
know.
first bayonet
Yeah.
from my homecoming.
Yeah, she's a World War I buff, and she intense. Randy says, "Alan, I guarantee you love a Toblerone. I've never had a Toblerone.
Neither have I. I see them at the airports and nowhere else.
I see them in mini bars for $25. I'm like, no, thank you. It's just a block of chocolate.
Yeah.
That
there's-
doesn't blow my skirt
Sometimes
up.
they have nuts in them. They're nothing
You
special.
know what else I liked as a kid that I still will eat every now and then? Rolos.
Oh, I like
so
Rolos.
good.
Rolos.
I
I
like
like
a
caramel
Rolo.
a lot.
You can
Big
roll
fan
a
of
Rolo
caramel.
to your pal.
Mm-hmm.
So good, Rolos.
You're not all that into nuts.
No, I don't really like peanut. I've said this before. I don't like peanuts or peanut flavor with chocolate. I don't like that combo. I like a payday, peanuts and caramel, like that, but I don't
There's
really
also
like.
nuts in there.
Yeah, in caramel,
Okay.
but that not. I don't like nuts and chocolate. I don't like peanuts and
Oh,
chocolate.
payday. I'm thinking of the
together.
Baby Ruth, where
No,
it's
no, no. I don't like Baby Ruth. I like a
yeah.
payday. Take the chocolate off. I'm in.
Hmm.
Milky Way. Add nougat, chocolate nougat. Take away
Caramel.
the peanuts, caramel. I'm in.
There's a lot of Franken candy here you're coming up with.
No, I'm just naming ingredients. What
I
are
know
you
you're,
talking about?
you're like, take this one, remove this, put this in.
That's all that candy bars are.
I know,
Well-
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I love a whatchamacallit.
Lava whatchamacallit.
Those are great.
Isn't that
And
just
then
like
the,
puffed air? What's
100
the-
It's
100
like
grand.
Crispix
Yeah, it's-
and
100
chocolate
grand
and
was
caramel.
always a good one too, and because
That's another chocolate peanut one.
I like.
I don't like
I
that.
like that. I like the
The
peanuts.
two greatest of all time are Kit Kat and Heath. Thank you very much.
Yes.
No.
Score bar instead
I
of
like
Heath.
Heat's okay, Score's okay, but it's not top 10.
It's pretty good.
It's all right. I didn't like the residue of it. Is
pretty good.
what always drive me crazy.
Residue?
Like
Because it gets stuck in your teeth.
Every candy gets stuck in your teeth.
Not
Not
like
toffee.
toffee.
Toffee
Well.
gets stuck in your teeth.
All right.
Toffee was made to get stuck in
Oh, you're
teeth.
supposed to bite
and then
it?
they're
I
like,
suck them.
They're like, oh, we'll
And then
make.
what?
Of course
Until
you
they
do.
go
'cause
like a
it
Jolly Rancher?
takes them 6 hours to eat one.
Yeah, I suck it until it looks like a doorstop.
Gross.
312.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
have got to take a break. I'm going to have Mushroom Head, Speak of the Devil, and they appear. Mushroom Head Halloween is coming up the 30th. And if you want to go, I'll hook you up when we come back. 35192 to text, and we'll be.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio.